I'm Harry Smith in New York. New details tonight in what's described as a major terror plot in Germany. Authorities there said today the 3 men arrested had a profound hatred of U.S. citizens and had stockpiled a lot of explosives. As Richard Roth reports, their hit list included an American airbase and the giant international airport in Frankfurt.
Officials said the arrests capped a 6-month investigation and stopped a massive and imminent plan to bomb targets in Germany, including Frankfurt Airport and the U.S. Ramstein Air Base, the transit point for thousands of American troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. Saying they were all Islamic militants who'd spent time at training camps in Pakistan, the Germans linked the men to al-Qaeda. But alarm bells didn't ring until one of the suspects was seen scouting a U.S. military barracks back in Germany. German officials said anti-terror police then followed a trail to the beginnings of a bomb factory. Detonators and half a ton of hydrogen peroxide were found in a tiny village where the 3 men were collecting unemployment benefits. They were about to move out when police moved in. A week before the anniversary of 9/11, a plot hatched in Germany. The German chancellor said one lesson from this is that the terror threat's still real. Richard Roth, CBS News, London.
Politics now. Larry Craig is having second thoughts about quitting the Senate. Today, he sent word to GOP leaders that he'll now resign only if he fails to clear his name by the end of the month. The Idaho Republican wants to withdraw his guilty plea to misdemeanor charges stemming from his arrest in a men's room sting. And the Air Force is investigating a major security breach. A B-52 bomber was loaded with nuclear weapons by mistake, and then it flew across the country. The bomber took off last week from North Dakota's Minot Air Base. It wasn't until it landed at the Barksdale base in Louisiana that the 6 cruise missiles were discovered. During the 3-hour flight, no one knew the nukes were missing. The Pentagon says the public was not in danger. Coming up next, more from Katie Couric in Baghdad. On their Iraqi TV show, they talk about peace and brotherhood, and someone wants them dead.
Back now from Baghdad. Ever since the fall of Saddam, there's been a huge new wave of broadcasting in this country. For instance, before the war, there were no commercial TV stations. Now, there are more than 50. And then there's a station out in Diyala province, an independent station, whose independence is coming at a very heavy price. Here's Mark Strassman.
Only in Iraq could a television show called Common Ground be a potential death wish. 4 young people just talk about getting along. Most striking of all, 2 of the hosts are Sunni Muslims, 2 are Shias. They reject extremists and insurgents and have the guts to say it on television.
The goals of the insurgents are bad. Our message represents hope to Iraqis.
Samir co-founded the station. It's the one true independent channel in all of Iraq. A year ago, 55 people worked at this station. Now only 4 of them really keep it going. Insurgents threatened or intimidated the rest into quitting by murdering a dozen people who once worked here. They broadcast off this tower, the tallest in Iraq, originally built by Saddam. Out here in Diyala province, north of Baghdad, it's desolate and dangerous. So like her co-workers, Doria Abdul Latif can never leave the office. She has to live here, too recognizable now to risk going home.
For sure, they're going to kill me.
Farfed Mahmoud's lucky. Earlier this year, insurgents took his house, not his life. Why did they take your house?
Because I'm Shia.
An outpost of American soldiers protect the station and its employees.
They are absolute patriots. They are so brave. It is amazing.
And also under constant stress.
I'm wanted because the bad guys will kill me.
No question.
No.
Someone, they say, has to tell the insurgents enough. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Diyala Province, Iraq.
Coming up next, The war through the eyes of those fighting it and those living through it. Finally tonight, we hear from the people on the street, including the servicemen and women fighting this war. I sat down with a number of them to get their take on what's happening here. Do you feel like the surge is working?
I think the surge is working. It's going to take a lot of time to actually do its job and complete the mission.
I do interact with Iraqis often, and the hardest part is when they say, you know, we love America, we love that you're here helping us, but honestly, life was better before you got here. And that, I think that hurt a lot to hear that.
We're working from the bottom up from my level, and something really needs to be coming from the top down, from the Iraqi government, you know, putting systems in place so that we're not just putting Band-Aids on everything.
What would you like people to know that you don't think they're hearing back home?
The good things that happen out here, the good things that soldiers do for the Iraqis, and how the Iraqis react to us. It's not all bad.
If we pulled out now, the gangs would take over, the streets would be in mayhem, and this place would be a disaster area. That's just my opinion.
In your opinion, there's no easy answer.
There's not an easy answer. We're at war, Katie, and it's not an easy thing to get through.
And what about the people we report so much about, yet rarely hear from? We pose some key questions to Iraqis here in Baghdad.
Is your neighborhood safer than it was 6 months ago?
As a commercial area, there is no kidnappings, no killings, no robberies. Things are better now.
It was safe and is still safe, thanks to the effort of the good people of Iraq.
What's the hardest part of living in Iraq today?
We haven't had electricity for 8 months. No gas, no petrol. Those are the things we need.
All we want is security and stability.
It is the rift that has been created between us.
Do you think life was better under Saddam?
Despite everything, we think life now is better than under Saddam.
The country was definitely more stable. The infrastructure was there and everything was available.
Saddam had given us security, but took away our freedom. Now there's neither freedom nor security.
Should U.S. troops stay in Iraq?
They are the ones who incited hostility between Sunnis and Shias. They are the ones who divided the people and regrettably turned us Iraqis into what we are now.
I think U.S. forces should remain in Iraq until the Iraqi forces become ready and have access to advanced weapons in order to be able to control the situation and fight Al-Qaeda.
They are turning Iraq into an occupied country, and no stability can be achieved in a country that's under occupation.
Tomorrow, as we continue our look at America and Iraq, the road ahead, we move on from Baghdad and travel to a country at the intersection of a number of the conflicts in the Middle East, Syria. We'll be reporting from Damascus. And that's the CBS Evening News for tonight. I'm Katie Couric. Thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we'd like to thank our extraordinary colleagues at our CBS News Bureau here in Baghdad. Good night.